G'day guys and welcome back. It's been a while and there's a few reasons. Firstly, pretty busy, which is good and I shouldn't complain. So my last video was about 10 days ago and I apologise. It's pretty poor channel upkeeping, whatever YouTubers call that now. And the reason for that is that I've been pretty busy, and so I wanted to talk around that. So I wanted to talk around why I've been busy and then some other stuff as well to do with this channel. Firstly, studio keys are in, which is great. I picked them up a couple of days ago. I haven't actually been to the studio to see what state it's in and what's going on, but we will look at doing a video around that and what's going to happen with that space shortly. Work is where I've been spending most of my time. I had a quick count up and I've actually got about 10 projects on the go at the moment, so it's not really a surprise that I feel a bit busy at the moment. One of those projects is a bit bigger, it's got a bit more equipment and things like that, and there's a bigger team working on it, and so I've been capturing a bit of behind the scenes footage and I'm going to bring that into the vlog as well. And aside from that, I've just had a bucket load of meetings. I seem to be doing a lot of quotes at the moment, and then we're doing a shoot probably once every couple of days, which is obviously added to that time. I've also been using the time that I'd normally spend on these videos to edit my own personal videos. If you want to find a copy of those, then head over to my main personal channel. The result of all of this is that there's not been any businessy vlogs. Work's been going on, just haven't had time to shoot, edit and all those sort of things. But because I've been doing those personal videos, I actually kind of recognise a couple of things and I figured I'd talk about that today instead. So I've got a number of videos all currently on the go, all for personal projects, just things that I've shot over time. But they all progress really slowly. Ultimately, the client's work always comes first because that pays the bills. I've been editing for a number of years, and also, I guess with the amount of commercial work that I've done, the amount of editing within the last couple of years has gone up dramatically. So you'd think with all that editing that over time you'd speed up your process. But what I'm actually finding with my personal stuff is that it's taking longer for me to edit. And I guess that's because I think I'm becoming more picky about what I do in my personal work. I also think clients' work has to come first, and these projects aren't financially driven, so therefore the only deadlines that really come around are self-imposed ones. One thing I have found is that it is important for me to do them quickly, as in the actual starting process. I find if I shoot things and then leave them for a long period of time, then they don't tend to get edited, and that's probably a problem for a number of my projects. But you'd think without having a client that my personal projects would get done quicker. I mean, ultimately a client isn't there to make reviews, make changes, backwards and forwards. There's effectively, I'm the client and I'm the editor, so this should be a quicker process. But I'm also finding without clients, there's not actually a specific push. I've got so many options as to ways to do things, and I tweak and I try and I revert and all that sort of stuff. So that's probably why it takes longer. But whilst they are getting longer, I actually think they're getting better, and that's a really positive thing for the work that I do personally and for the business. I think that's the thing with the client's work. It's often very rigid and I don't get an opportunity to experiment, whereas with my stuff there's such an opportunity to do different things and try new techniques, and I guess that's where my skill set really improves the quickest. Unfortunately, the cost of that is that it takes longer to do something. Ultimately though, I think it's a positive thing. I take longer with a project, I come out with something that I'm happier with, I gain an increased skill set that ultimately helps my business do better work. So yeah, I think that's all my thoughts at the moment. I think it's important for me to do creative aspects outside of my work but still related to work, i.e. with video and photo, because ultimately it's going to make my business better. And the amount of clients that I have who follow me on Facebook personally is increasing, so that can only help them to see where their businesses could be going, what we could be doing for their businesses, without actually them having to put any risk there. So whilst I haven't actually been recording videos for this channel, I have actually been thinking about future content, and there's a fair bit planned, so stay tuned for that. As ever, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of this sort of style of video talking about business and business vlogs, then subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. And then a few other things around. So I wanted to provide.